okay. That's okay. Come here. Good. It's okay. We're at the vet for some blood work and a little checkup because Chewie's breathing is going pretty bad over the last couple of weeks. He needs to get a little shot update, and we're just gonna see where he's at. This collapsed trachea left him under it, so he hates it here. I don't blame him. I hate the doctors too. You're okay. You're doing great. Doing great, little man.
This is our top-down view of Chewie's lungs and his heart. Not too much happening really, which is good. We've got a lot of gas in our intestines, so he's probably going to have a little bit of flatulence later, maybe some diarrhea. That's from stress and from panting.
Oh, poor guy.
Probably more interesting to you is going to be this view. This is our view of the left side of the thorax. It's our microchip. This is the trachea. This is where the air flows down into the lungs. You can see here, this section should normally be dilated about as far as this. So we've got what the pathologist, the radiologist is calling it complete collapse of the trachea. This is a dynamic process because there's rings around the trachea and muscles that hold them apart. So as we breathe, those will open and close. But to have a complete closure like that is a pretty severe version of tracheal collapse. That means that there's the amount of space there is for air to get through there is basically like this big.
Yeah.
On the right side, when we take it just a little bit later, you can see that there's a bit more space, which shows that it kind of opens and closes differently over time. And that there's no changes to the heart. The lungs look good, but there's a little bit of just increased opacity in the lungs, probably because of the pressure that we do when we're breathing through that closed tiny little tube. So nothing infectious or concerning with the heart, but the trachea has gotten to a point where it's pretty rough. They recommended trying to kind of maximize out on our medical management. So the drug medications we've already kind of talked about, they recommended following up with a specialist to see if there's any other treatment options or to consider a stent because it's kind of getting to the point where it's just getting worse. And when we get that complete collapse like we see on that side, if that's something that continues, they can have syncopal episodes where they collapse or faint because they're not getting enough blood supply that's oxygenated to the rest of the body. And that's pretty distressing.
Alright, little guy. Let's get you started on some anxiety medicine. Oh, man. He is wiped, and I am a wreck. What a day. Alright. Hydrocodone. This will help with the inflammation and the pain. And then we have your steroid. Yeah, this is gonna make you turn into the Incredible Hulk. Heard it's supposed to really help. And then anxiety pills. Let's go. This will help. Because I'm sure you're scared. Not being able to breathe is pretty scary, Chewie. I'm sorry you have to deal with that. Yeah, I can hear you. And then, because you're a good boy, we're gonna put in some cheese. Yeah. It's the good kind. Are you happy about that? You can taste when there's medicine in this, so I want to get it as well coated as possible. Come here. That's all. Yummy? You eat that quick? You're hungry? Chewie feels just as much as he is my dog. He is, dog of the internet. He's over there. I give him a bunch of treats in his bowl. He's like regulating and coming down from being at the vet. But I thought it would be really so sorry. Today's hard. the last couple years have been hard. Thought it'd be best to be transparent with you, so you know what's coming. The last 2 years, Chewie's health has steadily been declining, and it's really hard because Clap's trachea it isn't fair. Because he's healthy, but it's just a genetic thing. You can't help it. He's you saw from the vet, the trachea allows the air to come in, and it's collapsed in on itself fully on one side, and he has a little bit of air on the other side, but he's headed towards a complete full collapse. Hey, man. But everything else about him is healthy. He's perfectly fine. And it's so sad because I've taken such good care of him his whole life. And I can't do anything about this one. And we've seen a specialist who's supposed to be really, really good and one of the best. And he said Chewie is not a good candidate for the stent. Of course, I'm like talking about serious stuff, and he's like, I'm still here. He's not a good candidate for the stent, which is just a temporary fix. In bigger dogs, it's really great, and it ends up being like something that gives them a couple more years added onto their life. The specialist said that Chewie would only be a good candidate for it if it was like, or not even a good candidate. He said that we could try, but Chewie would basically have to be on his deathbed. He'd have to be dying, and that would be a last-ditch effort. And the thing with little dogs is a lot of times their bodies reject the stent, and they end up choking to death on it, which is awful. And I can't remember if I recorded this, but I was talking to the vet, and he said, yeah, we're at the end of this disease, and that we got to put him on the full round of medication, and that as his health declines even more, we'll just need to keep an eye out for quality of life, because we want to make sure that he's not suffering. And, his good days are good. He wants to play. He can't play because they get him too wound up. It's so sad. Like I said, his good days are good. He seems like completely fine and normal. And then, his bad days are devastating. I used to be able to hold him up, and that'd help with open up his windpipes, and now none of that helps when he can't breathe, which in moments I haven't captured. He just holds on. He holds on until it passes, and man, this is hard. I'm so grateful for all the time I've had with him, and I'm gonna keep having, because he's still here. He's still a little rambunctious little doodle. But now you guys know what I know, and we're just he has almost died a couple times, so you'd think I'd be used to this by now, but it never gets easier. He's being so silly right now. He knows I'm sad and just wants to try and cheer me up. He's like, everything's fine. Hey, gotta calm down. You look insane. You look so crazy. Look at how crazy you're being. You look like a crazy boy. Hey, stop that. But now you guys know what I know. It's just something we're gonna monitor, like how we always have been, but it is at a different stage than it was before. In the last couple weeks, I've noticed his health deteriorate, and hopefully all the medicine will... This is a leaf. You're trying to eat this leaf. Will help. But you guys have been so supportive and so great. I know he loves you, and I'm so grateful for all of your kind words. He's lived a really good life, and he's gonna continue to do that, and until the end. But days like today are hard, because no matter how many times he has escaped death, hearing we're at the end is hard. But yeah, I'm gonna be a little gentle with myself today and him, and take it easy, because I think I need that. Oh man, he is so hyped up right now. He's just happy to be out of the vet. Yeah, that's it for the update. Thanks.